welcome to Good Evening KU.
My name is Al,
And I'm Julia.
and we're going to be your hosts for this evening.
So Al, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm from Gilbert, Arizona. I lived there for 12 years, and then I moved over here to Kansas.
Oh, very
and now
cool.
I attend the University of Kansas as a sophomore. I'm majoring in journalism, and I will have a minor in theater. How about yourself,
Awesome.
Julia?
I'm from Westlake Village, California, which is right outside of LA. I am a junior studying journalism with a minor in business and came to KU for something a little different than California for a change.
Have you found that difference yet?
I think so. The
Good.
winter definitely makes a difference.
Oh, yeah, of course. All the snow and everything.
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll only get worse, especially with all the hills.
Oh, that doesn't help.
I haven't experienced yet, so if I need
get
help,
ready.
I'm going to text you, okay?
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm
happy
here.
we're on the same page. All right, perfect. Perfect. So how busy has it been for you since we started? I know this is our third week of school, right?
Yeah, so far it's been pretty busy. My classes this semester decided to just throw everything at us right away, which is junior year expected.
College, right?
Yeah, but so far so good. I think it'll be a good semester. We'll see. Third week, even though it feels like we've been here for 3 months already.
Exactly. Have you been missing summer at all, or are you just ready to be back here?
You know what? It's a little bit of a melancholy feeling. I miss summer. I miss being home with my dog. But also I'm happy to be back at school, happy to be back with the people that I love here. So,
Of course.
It's a good trade-off.
I completely understand. It actually feels really good to be back and in this certain kind of area and just get ready, used to my studies. And I don't know, I guess I'm just really excited to just get to the next step.
Yeah.
I'm a transfer student here, so this is my very first year trying to understand KU and everything.
So where'd you transfer from?
I transferred from Southwestern College in Winfield, Kansas. It is a great college, but it just wasn't for me. I wanted something bigger and better, KU is giving me it all. So I'm really excited.
Do you think you found that so far?
100%. I've only, like we said, I've only been here for 3 weeks, but I've had great friends and great professors, and everything's going really well here. So I'm really happy to hear that. But other than the busy schedule, have you made time for any of the football games?
Unfortunately, I've not been able to attend. I know. I missed the first one with the big win.
Big win.
Big win. Missed the second one with the big lose.
It's okay. We had them for a while.
Are you excited for the game on Friday?
Oh, absolutely. Well, is it? I guess so. It's the one away, right?
Yeah, the away game.
No, I unfortunately won't be able to make it because it is away.
It's a little bit far.
Exactly. I was thankful enough to get myself one of the sports passes, so I did attend the last 2 games. You got to go all out for the games, full face paint and everything.
Really?
Oh yeah, we were front and center. We were screaming our heads off.
That's awesome.
It was awesome.
That's very impressive.
No matter if we win or lose, the spirit's always there with the students, and egging on our players is what matters. So it's really good. It's good to be in the sense of spirit at KU.
Do you think you'll be in the front row for all the basketball games coming up too?
Oh, I'm gonna do my very best. I'm planning on.
We better see you on TV.
I promise. Well, I can't promise, but I will try my hardest. How about yourself?
Okay, good. I hope so. I hope to be in there throwing up, the newspapers.
Or just throwing up of excitement.
That too. I mean, maybe not, but hypothetically.
Okay, we should camp out together.
Let's do
Why
it.
don't we talk about
I don't
this
know. We'll figure it out afterwards.
We'll get it together.
Speaking of how amazing KU is, did you hear that they were ranked 64 for the top public university?
Is that better than K-State?
It is better than K-State.
Oh, look at that.
Unfortunately tied with University of Missouri, though. But
well, for Kansas, I think we're doing pretty good.
I think so, too.
I'm really excited. I'm excited to get into this school year. I'm excited to do everything. It'll be just really, really good.
It will.
A good experience. And going into now 2020, the Roaring 20s, huh?
The Roaring 20s again.
Do you think it'll be as crazy as almost a century ago?
I mean, I don't know. I think times have changed a little bit, but I'm hoping to bring back the flapper dresses if that's an option.
Perfect. I would very much agree. I think that would be a great idea. We should go all in.
I can't believe it's already the 20s.
Well,
it feels like the 10s were just yesterday.
How old are you going to be next year?
Well, I actually turn 20 next week, so I'll be 20 in the 20s.
When's your birthday?
September 20th.
Hey, well, would you look at that?
Yep, 20 on the 20th.
Alrighty, well, we appreciate your time, and I think that's all we have. Is there anything else you'd like to say?
I don't think so.
Okay, sounds good. Well, in that case, let's go ahead and take a break, and we'll be right back with our guest speaker, all right?
Yeah, sounds good.
Thank you very much.
Have a nice day.
You too.
Have a great day.
Thanks, you too.
Make someone's day. Pay it forward.
Where you go to college makes a statement about you. This place will become a part of you, your identity for life. The University of Kansas, a great place to be you.
Welcome back. Our guest today is the Director of Media Crossroads, Cal Butcher. Thanks for coming for doing an interview today, Cal.
Thank you for having me.
Why did you start Media Crossroads?
We started Media Crossroads 7 years ago, and it wasn't just me that started it, but one of our professors, Scott Renardi, was kind of the person that wanted the show to get going. And we said, we have a studio classroom, let's get students involved. So we came up with the idea of Good Morning KU, Good Evening KU, because it would be a little bit of everything for everybody to get to learn.
So how many different types of shows do you have now?
We started with Good Morning and Good Evening KU, but then we have had students who have created their own shows about sports, politics, news, entertainment, being Greek, being Jewish. We've had game shows for students that wanted to play Jimmy Fallon games. We've had sports.
Wow. So do you have a favorite?
Sports.
Oh, okay.
KU actually pays, or KU Athletics actually pays part of my salary to be the liaison for KU Athletics and KU journalism students. So I go to all the sporting events and also try to get students who aren't doing this to go and work KU Athletics.
Okay, that's very cool. So what, has there ever been any mishaps in the studio?
Plenty.
Okay.
Plenty of mishaps. One story that I like to tell is probably the funniest story was one of our weather atmospheric science students. And this was a senior who, at the end of his career here, decided he was going to spend one semester learning how to be a weatherman on TV. So he was standing here with his graphics behind him, and he was talking about the weather, and he went to change his first slide, and he held up his clicker, and he realized he didn't have his clicker in his hand. And he just, the look on his face is he's like, oh my gosh, what do I do? But somebody behind the scenes there realized what was going on, and they ran over to the computer and hit the space bar.
Okay, that's a really funny story. I'm glad they figured it out. Is there anything else that you'd like to add?
No, that just this is an opportunity for students. We've got right now about 12 students working on our very first show of the year. And the whole point is that you get to learn everything. So it's happy for me to see students running cameras and teleprompters, learning to interview, sitting on the side. Can't wait to be out here. And nobody's ever burst into flames.
Okay. Well, you never know.
You never know.
It always takes one. So.
Right. So what's next? What are we going to do on the show after this?
Oh, we are going to do the weather.
We're going to do the weather with Jade, but we're going to do the news first. So stick around. We'll be right back.
Shop local in the heart of the city, you support the people that make our community thrive. The money you spend here stays here, in this place we call our home. Lawrence, Kansas, where there's good old-fashioned hometown pride. Eat local, drink local, shop local.
Welcome back. I'm Gabriella.
And I'm Chloe. This is your Tuesday Good Evening KU News Update. Hurricane Dorian reached Canada this weekend as it continued its path of destruction. More than 400,000 residents of Nova Scotia were without power on Sunday morning as the storm continued northward. The storm caused massive flooding in North and South Carolina last week and was responsible for 43 deaths in the Bahamas last weekend.
Former South Carolina Governor Mark Sanford is the latest Republican candidate to challenge Donald Trump for the 2020 presidential nomination. The two-time U.S. Congressman is the third person to announce their candidacy despite the Republican Party canceling primaries in 3 states, including South Carolina. Party leaders in Kansas have also canceled their GOP primary.
With all the dangers of e-cigarettes and vaping in the news, the Lawrence School District is looking for ways to protect students. According to the Lawrence Journal World, a recent study says 1/3 of all Kansas high school students have tried e-cigarettes. Additionally, reports say that across the country, nearly 500 people have been hospitalized with lung disease caused by vaping. The biggest concern for the Lawrence School Board is the rate of addiction and development of a child's brain.
The KU Student Senate has created a new position for graduate students within the executive board. As the new graduate vice president, Chris Brown replaces the position of Graduate Affairs Director. The reason for the change is to promote the leadership of the position, which will advocate for all graduate students.
In sports, it didn't take long for the KU football team to slide back into its mediocrity. Saturday's 12-7 loss to Coastal Carolina was a disappointment for all. Head coach Les Miles says everybody is hurting but is anxious to get better.
Everybody in this building in pain right now. It's just the way it's going to be. And because you care that much about winning, I think you'll find that our football team will continue to improve. I think there's a reason to believe that will happen.
The soccer team lost its first match of the year, but bounced right back with a 2-1 victory over Purdue yesterday in West Lafayette, Indiana. The Jayhawks are now 5-1 overall and will next travel to Chicago on Friday to take on Northwestern.
And the volleyball team also suffered its first losses of the season. The Jayhawks lost 2 of 3 at the UCF Challenge in Orlando, Florida last weekend. KU beat Albany before losing to South Carolina and Central Florida. The Jayhawks are now 3-2 overall and will host the Kansas Invitational this weekend at the newly renovated Horsch Family Volleyball Arena.
And that will wrap it up for today's news update. Please keep watching, and after the break, Jade will be here with the weather forecast.
Where you go to college makes a statement about you. This place will become a part of you, your identity for life. The University of Kansas, a great place to be you.
I'm Jade Steffensmeyer with our weather forecast for this evening. So right now it's pretty warm outside, 85 degrees, partly cloudy, with a pretty slight breeze. And then looking at the rest of the night, so it's going to stay pretty warm. Up until 9 o'clock, it's going to stay to the 80s, with the clouds decreasing a little bit. Looking at tonight, so the low for tonight is going to be 73, which is still pretty warm, partly cloudy with the wind picking up just a little bit. So update on Hurricane Dorian. So most of you probably have heard of this hurricane that just happened these past 2 weeks, and it was really unique because it did last 2 weeks. It started around August 24th as a tropical storm, and as it moved up into the east coast of the United States, it picked up a lot of speed and actually became a Category 5 hurricane over the Bahamas. So, and then it actually did make landfall too in North Carolina a few days ago. So this is just a recap of the hurricane. There is a lot of damage that's still being cleaned up from that. For tomorrow, it's going to be hot and sunny once again, a little bit hotter than today, high of 93 with some pretty strong winds at 15 miles per hour. For the extended forecast for this week, so
Tomorrow, like I said, it's going to be pretty hot and sunny with thunderstorms on both Thursday and Saturday. Luckily, we have no game day on Saturday here, which is good. And then Sunday through Tuesday, as you can see, it's going to stay pretty hot and sunny in the 90s for the rest of the week. But that's all we have for you on Good Evening KU today. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next week.